somebody. Yes, Road Dogg, Billy James. Road Dogg, Jesse James, and Billy Gunn. Badass Billy Gunn. Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? How we doing today? Happy Saturday. Hope you guys are having a wicked day. We are rocking out. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and TikTok. Making things happen. Owen, Dan, Miz, Lily, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. You guys are awesome. We are rocking out. Go ahead, hit that follow button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with your friends or anyone you think might find this type of stuff valuable. Let's rock it out. It's playoffs, baby. Oh, yeah. This is a really good time of year, too, because not only is it playoffs in fantasy, it's also playoffs. It's also, like, almost playoffs in, like, real-life football, too. So, like, most of the games matter at this point. Chris Olave or Stephon Diggs in PPR. Quentin, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. Chris Olave is really good in PPR. I kind of like that Stephon Diggs revenge game against Buffalo. That being said, do they both play early? So that being said, there is supposed to be some snow in New England this week. So if it turns out they play the 1:00 game, so it's perfect. So if it turns out that there's a lot of snow and we don't really want to do that matchup, then I can totally get behind Olave. It's not really like a one or the other. I just kind of like that revenge game narrative. You know what I mean? So that's the way that I would go with it. AJP, what's up, Mr. Vengeance? Rivers or Mariota this week? No, you're not. No, you're not going to pick up Old Man Rivers. No. Come on, man. No. Yeah, no problem, man. I hope that helps, right? I hope it works out. I really do. Do you trust any Colts offensive players with Rivers? See, this is the way that I think about it, right? Okay, Phillip Rivers has been there, done that kind of guy. But the last time we saw a Minnesota rookie go on the road into Seattle, he got obliterated, right? So now Phillip Rivers isn't a rookie, but at the same time, it's on the road in Seattle. Like, I don't know, man. I like if it was like Tennessee's defense or like the Jets all day, no problem, all day. Like I totally would. I probably would, like for real. But on the road against Seattle, I don't know, man. And like it's also like he's 44 years old. He hasn't played in 5 years, right? I thought it was 3 years, which still would have been tough, but it's 5 years. To come back on the road in Seattle, like I don't know, man. I don't like I'm not here to tell you to bench Jonathan Taylor in that regard, but because if there's one running back, like if there's one guy that could overcome it, it's him. But I don't feel confident at all. Because even at the best of times, if they had Daniel Jones, like we're all talking about off like the Colts offense, like it's been just clicking on all cylinders for the last couple weeks. So even with Daniel Jones there, I don't know how much I would trust the Indianapolis offense on the road in Seattle. You know what I mean? Like it's different. They're a really good defense, right? Start Fannin or Swift. I mean, Swift is probably the answer because he's the starting running back. But and Cleveland's defense struggles against the run versus the pass. Like they don't struggle, but they're worse against the run than the pass. So Swift might be the answer, but I like Fannin. They like Fannin. Shador likes Fannin. You could go that route. Corey, thank you for the follow. So, like, I think the upside is there with Fannin. I just don't know at this point what his floor is, right? So I don't know. That's a tough one. Starting running backs hold a lot of weight with me. They really do. But I like I like Fannin. Yeah, no, you're definitely right. It's a tough call. That's my thing. Like, I don't know what the floor is with Fannin because like his floor could be 3 or 4 points, right? His ceiling we've seen could be 20, 25. You know what I mean? He could go nuts, but no, I'm I'm not saying that they're a bad defense. I said they're worse against the run than the pass. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I know all about Cleveland's defense. Trust me, they are one of the best in the league. They're actually on pace to give up less passing yards per game than the 2001 Baltimore Ravens, which that's what I was saying. Like it's something they're bad. Just starting running backs still hold weight, right? Hampton or Tracy. Um, I might go Tracy. I know that Hampton is back and whatever, but I really don't like that matchup um, against Kansas City. And also, I don't know if you watched the game last week, but Hampton he did really bad in pass protection, so they kind of took him out for big chunks of the game. So that might hurt his value. And Washington's defense isn't that good. Do I start Ladd over either of them? No. I don't remember who we're talking about, but no, over Fan. Yeah, I would start Fannin over Ladd. Yeah, Casey. And that's what I mean. Like, it's on the road in Kansas City. Their defense is still wicked. Like, as much as their offense is whatever the hell's happening right there, it's like they're still a great defense. So, Brissett, T-Law, or Darnold, I'd probably go Trevor Lawrence. I just like how many receivers he has. Um, so I really like him. He's got a lot of talent around him. Brissett is in a tough spot. And Darnold, I think they get too far out front early, and then they just worry about the running game. They worry about Singletary. I mean, you should worry about Vidal also as with Hampton. That's what I mean. Like they really liked Vidal last game because Hampton struggled in pass protection, so they went more to him, right? So you're right. You should worry about Singletary, but you have to worry about Vidal too against a very tough Kansas City defense on the road. It's going to be cold there. They're from LA. You know what I mean? No problem at all, man. I hope that helps. Like, I hope it works out. You know what I mean? Yes, you should worry about Singletary. You know what I mean? But what what do we know, man? We just do with the information that we have. Start Michael Wilson or RJ Harvey. I might RJ Harvey just because he's the starting running back, and that Houston defense is I don't want any part of it. That's true though. Like Michael Wilson doesn't really have anybody around him, so in PPR, I could go. I could see that. Singletary or Ramondre. I'd go Ramondre. Buffalo's defense gives up 5 yards a carry, so I would. I think that both Henderson and Ramondre eat this week. Rico or C Rod. I honestly I don't want any part of any of that Carolina offense. So I'm biased against Carolina. If you think that Rico's the play Rico, but I would play C Rod. I don't want any part of the Carolina offense on my team in the first week of playoffs. I don't care for Bryce Young's 488 yards the other week. I don't care for Rico's big breakout earlier in the season because now what's his face is back, Hubbard. So and they like him. They haven't not liked him, right? So Pollard, Charb, Pearsall. The only thing I don't like about Pollard is that, see, this is the thing. Pollard, I think they get down too early and then are forced to pass, thus abandon the run. And Charbonnet, I think that I think Seattle gets out in front really fast, and then they force to run more. So I like Sharb in that respect. Nick, thank you for the follow. Henderson, Genty, or Judkins at flex. I mean, I really like Judkins. You know what I mean? I value him very high, so I would do that. I don't actually. That's a tough one, man. Damn. Because I can get behind all of those. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, I really like Judkins, but they don't like Judkins at all. Honestly, I think Henderson has the chance to have the highest ceiling because I think that that game is going to be the highest, like one of the highest scoring of the week. And Buffalo's defense gives up 6 yards a carry. So should you worry if your squad has RJ and Green Bay's defense? I tend to avoid that, but I could get behind playing both. That's one of the different. Like you're kind of hoping for them both to do good and bad, right? So, but it's different with a quarterback with Bo Nix and Green Bay's defense. I wouldn't do that, but I think Harvey in Green Bay is decent. JMO Wilson Flowers. Guys, thank you so much for the questions, man. You guys are wicked. This is awesome. They're coming in fast. DM me if you need a question answered because I answer my DMs. I'm not gonna get to them all on here. I'm sorry, guys. I love you. You guys are awesome. This is crazy. Brody, Jalen Warren, Woody Marks, Devin Neal. Damn, now there's a conundrum. Honestly, for me, I might lean Jalen Warren. It's going to be in Pittsburgh on Monday night against Miami's defense, who's kind of stinky. So Monday night games kind of hold a little bit more weight to me. I just like it. You know what I mean? Something to watch on Monday. So I might consider Jalen. Not like I don't like any of the other ones. Woody Marks is actually decent, but I might go Jalen. Myers or Wilson. I don't love that Houston matchup, and Jacoby Myers has almost reached must-start territory. So I think Jacoby's the answer. Should I Hurts or Stafford? If my opponent has AJ Brown and Goddard, holy Mackinac! Wow, you guys all have the Philadelphia defense or offense. So I'm gonna just answer that question in a thought, right? I think that Jalen Hurts and the whole Philadelphia offense takes a step forward this week against a very bad, like not bad, but not great Las Vegas defense on the road. Like they're in Philadelphia, so like it should be easy money for them this week. That being said, I really love that LA and Detroit matchup. I'm expecting Jared Goff to score 4 or 5 touchdowns. So, I mean, that's the thing, right? I'm expecting Stafford to have a huge game. As much as I'm kind of hoping that Hurts has the bounce back game. Yeah, so I don't really know. I'm starting Jalen Hurts, but yes, the Ravens. Go Ravens. Dart or Lamar. Hey man, that guy just said I'm a Ravens. Alejandro, Ravens for life over here. So I'm always biased to Lamar, but I could totally get behind Jackson Dart. He's like the younger version of Lamar that kind of runs around a little bit more. Lamar's kind of older and has been beat up a little bit. Start 2, Addison, Brees, Hampton. Honestly, I would just do you know what? I would do Addison and Brees. Honestly, I don't love that Kansas City matchup as much as I don't love Jacksonville. I don't know. Hampton, they didn't really like Hampton in pass protection last week. So yeah, I think that could work against him. So I would do Addison and Brees. Devontae, Flowers, Hall, or Brees Hall. You know what? Sorry, dude. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm picking Zay Flowers. They looked really good last week. Cincinnati's defense sucks. You know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't understand what happened last time. Emily, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. Lamar or Hurts. You know what? Honestly, I'm expecting a huge game out of both of them. So for me, I would do Lamar, but Jalen Hurts plays at home against Las Vegas defense. So I mean, you gotta think he's gonna do wicked. Harold Fannin, that's what we're hoping for. Probably don't watch the games, but they picked it up a lot when Burrow came back. Picked it up a lot. No problem at all, man. I hope it works out. Thank you. Yeah, no, obviously you can tell my Oh, the defense had well, see, and that's the thing, right? Like they played really well against but like they just got torched by Josh Allen in Buffalo last week, right? So you're right. I don't watch the games. I just go based off of the numbers that I see. So I don't think yeah, see that's what I mean. Like Josh Allen just torched them last week. And I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but yeah, Lamar and Josh Allen are basically the same quarterback in my eyes. Maybe Allen a little bit more, I guess we'll give you, but nobody could cut on the field and their coaching is bad. No, you're not wrong. And you know what? Also, Trey Hendrickson had season-ending surgery, so I think that's gonna hurt them. It's definitely gonna hurt them more than it helps them. Sutton Andrews or Strange sit one. I mean, I might sit Strange. There's all of a sudden a lot of weapons or a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville, and I don't know that. I don't know that he performs better than any one of the other guys. He got 30 million for 3 games and just hitting free agency. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, he did it. You know what? And I mean, I don't know. How much of that injury is him being upset and just wanting to heal his body versus um versus like him actually being injured. You know what I mean? His situation has kind of been shitty for a couple of years now. They treat their players like shit over in Cincinnati. Broncos or Chiefs. I might go the Chiefs D. They're at home. LA didn't really look right last week as much as they got the win. So I think I like the Chiefs D against LA in a division matchup that they need to win at home in the cold. No, I'm all for it. They're saying Likely is the new tight end one. So my thoughts on that is if Isaiah Likely was credited with the touchdown, the second touchdown that he got last week. That should have been a touchdown. That wasn't a touchdown because he didn't get 3 feet down. I don't even know what that means. Like I only have 2 feet. I don't know about you guys, but I only have 2 feet and 3 feet. Catch 2 feet in the end zone, touchdown, game of end of story. So, no, I'm not bitter at all. But if he gets that second touchdown, I don't even really think this is a question. I think everybody's starting Likely over Andrews. That being said, Andrew's my dog. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I like them both. Honestly, I like them both this week. Like I said, we just watched what Buffalo did against Cincinnati, and both their tight ends ate, right? So Brandon Aubrey has 3 feet. Yeah, no kidding. Fuck. Likely also should add a 51-yarder against the Beg. Hey, there you go. You're not wrong. Likely also should have had another long touchdown the week before. So yeah, I know that they like him. Yeah, that's true. Puka over 2.5 touchdowns. Damn. I might put money on that. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I might do it. I would do Devontae over 2.5 touchdowns. But that being said, I might go Burrow against Baltimore. He tends to show out against Baltimore. Do I even have a shot after going against Kyle Pitts? I mean, you kind of do. See, you have to do it right. So last week I played against Jahmyr Gibbs and Brandon Aubrey. And so I was down 55-0 after Thursday. And I was freaking really worried, right? There was two, but this guy made a couple of questionable decisions. And then I was going to start. I picked up Washington's defense and I was going to play them. I was going to play Minnesota over them because Minnesota was at home. And then I picked up Jaden Daniels and I was super excited. And like last minute, I was kind of thinking him and Han playing JJ McCarthy because I have Justin Jefferson. Get that stack going. I didn't. Them together got me 30 more points, would have gotten me 30 more points, and I would have won against the guy that had Gibbs and Brandon Aubrey going. So I will say that you don't not have a chance, but it's going to be you're going to have to get some things going right. That's what I will say. And trust me, like that was me 8 against 9, and he won. He got in the playoffs, and I got knocked out. Yeah, that one hurt. That one hurt. Bengals fan watching our defense, I would say Andrews and Likely are great. And that's true too. Connor, thank you very much for that insight. That, like I said, they hate tight end. They hate wide receivers in Cincinnati on the other team, but they love so they just don't even cover the tight end. Tet, Lad, or Neil, pick two. Oh my god. Honestly, I don't want like any of those guys, but if I had to do two, I don't want Lad playing on the road against Kansas City. I mean, I know he's your dog, and sometimes we just play our dogs, and there could very well be a bounce back game. But on the road against Kansas City in a division matchup, I don't see it. I don't, man. Pickens or Metcalf. I mean, I like Monday night games just as something to watch, right? But I think Pickens might be the answer, and I think especially if CD's back, he's kind of been that really good Robin to CD Lamb's Batman. Pick two: Amarion, Hampton, Henderson, Kyle Mananga. I also have Tootin and Kamara. I don't know if he's playing. Yeah, I wouldn't want to play Tootin or Kamara, even if they do play. So I might just choose. Yeah, I might choose Henderson. I don't know, man. Both Hampton and Mananga have a tough matchup. No, Pickens definitely going to get all the targets, and that's what I mean. So I think Pickens is better. Yeah, I'm definitely doing Henderson against Buffalo's defense. They stink against the run. I mean, they stink in general. Let's get real here. They're going to go as far as Josh Allen can take them. And I mean, I might end up just doing Omari on Hampton. I mean, I know it's on the road against Kansas City, but at the same time, he's the starter. You know what I mean? And Mananga is the backup. As much as he's been really good, he's still the backup against a very good Cleveland defense, right? So yeah, I'm not happy about it. Maybe I'm a little bit happier in PPR to play Hampton. Kevin, what's happening? Thank you for joining me. Tommy, Pittman, or Worthy? I mean, I don't actually want either of those. If I had to choose, I would do Worthy. I don't really want any part of that. Yeah, that Indianapolis offense. Nix or Darnold? I might do Darnold. I don't actually like Bo Nix for fantasy football. I think he's a really good real life quarterback, and he's winning in Denver, so they don't really need to change anything. That being said, I don't think he's really good. I don't think he's going to be what we need him to be in the fantasy football playoffs. So for that reason, I would go Sam Darnold against a good matchup, right? Same reason I would go Darnold over Love. Just they've got a good matchup, right? And I don't trust them, Knicks or Love in the playoffs. Kittle, Andrews, Fannin Jr., Darren Waller need to start two. Which would you take? Damn. So I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm biased towards Mark Andrew. That being said, I think the answer might be, you know what? And that's the thing. Like Mark Andrews, he's got a wicked matchup. You know what I mean? And like Cincinnati's defense sucks against the pass or the tight end position. Everybody eats, but I think the answer is Kittle and Fannin. I think the answer is Kittle and Fannin Jr. But I mean, I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so Andrews would find a way onto my. So for me, it would be Kittle and Andrews, right? How are we feeling about Shador against Chicago? I mean, I don't know, man. He hasn't shown us anything bad, right? So, oh, I can also pick up Likely. Shit, son. I'm against Pitts. Who do I start for most upside? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I don't know. Shador hasn't given us any reason to doubt him so far. He's been relatively good. I mean, who'd have thought that the problem to all your quarterback or the answer to all your quarterback problems was Shador Sanders? You know, I mean, I know it's Shador Sanders, but at the end of the day, it's the third string quarterback on the Cleveland Browns is here to save the day for everybody's fantasy season. Oh my God. As a Baltimore Ravens fan, that just pains me to say, to even think. Oh my God. Waller, Goddard, or Loveland. Also, I think actually we drop Loveland for Likely and pick up Likely. I think he has the most upside going against Pitts. Debo or Watson. I might do Debo against the New York Giants. They stink. Watson's got a really tough matchup. I've Drake May, but Jesus Sanders looked like he could be that. No, you're not wrong, man. And I don't even know. Like that being said, against I could I'm expecting that New England Buffalo matchup to be a really high scoring matchup, similar to that Cincinnati matchup last week. So, um, yeah, I don't, but yeah, no, I don't know, man. Shador, he looked really good last week. Chicago's kind of banged up on the defense. Love had a few touchdown passes last week, so talking like my brain sounds last 24. Oh man, I'm so sorry, dude. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Yeah, I don't know, guy. Damn. Debating starting Mariota first time in the first round of playoffs. LOL, Knicks or Mariota. Honestly, in Knicks and Mariota, I would definitely do Mariota. I don't love Bo Nix against Green Bay, and especially like he's not a very good like real life or fantasy quarterback. He's a good real life quarterback. So I don't know, man. Maybe who knew the answer to all their quarterback questions was fucking Shador Sanders. Maybe it's Deion Sanders, and they just put Shador on his paycheck. And so it's actually Deion Sanders, because I would believe that Deion Sanders could come back after 20 years and play quarterback. Anthony Grayson, what's up? What's up? Thank you for joining me. Olave or Diggs? So I actually had that question earlier. I would go Diggs. I think he has more upside. That being said, there's supposed to be a lot of snow in New England this week. Tucker, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So they're a 1:00 game. So if we find out that there's too much snow for our liking in the New England game, I might switch to Olave. So that's kind of where my head's at. I'm doing Diggs all the way up until we find out that there's too much snow for my liking. You know what I mean? And then we switch to Olave. That's kind of where I'm thinking. But if the snow's like it was last week against Cincinnati, that's not even really anything. And so I think that'll be the way to go. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. Grayson, Wiko, or Water. I don't really care about the Carolina offense. So honestly, if you're asking me, I'm not doing any sort of Carolina offense this week. In the playoffs, oh my God, come on. Nah, I'm good. I hope it works out for you. Andy, JMO, or BTJ. See, I like BTJ. I think obviously we drafted him as a high guy. And I think that in the grand scheme of things, we probably are forced to play BTJ. That being said, I'm expecting a really high scoring game in LA. If you go to my profile, I post a video about that game, and I'm really excited about that. And so I think that that's going to be a big game for everybody involved. So I'm kind of excited to start JMO. That being said, BTJ was drafted as what, our number one, number two receiver, right? So I mean, at the end of the day, we got to play our dogs, man. And if you want to play your dog, that's BTJ's the dog, right? Rome, T Mac. This guy's got T Mac in his lineup. Honestly, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. To me, at the end of the day, it's still the Carolina Panthers. Like, I don't care for Bryce Young's 488-yard game. I don't care for Rico Dowdle being the savior earlier in the season. To me, in the first round of playoffs, where I need a win or I don't go forward, I'm not starting any Carolina Panther in my offense with any sort of confidence. That's all I have to say about that. Keep saying to start Ramondre Stevenson. So for me, honestly, hold on, triple threat. Nathan, Fannin or Ferguson? I think we might go Fannin. I think that's kind of the way to go. Rome, no problem. Triple threat. We start Ramondre Stevenson because so for me, it's just that I'm a firm believer on Josh Allen is a start every week. What are we talking about? I'm a firm believer that Mike Vrabel hates fantasy football managers, and he won't let us have anything fun. Sorry, just to stop that. Guys, thank you so much for all the questions. You guys are wicked, man. If you got questions and I'm not getting to them, just send me a DM. I check my DMs all the time. That being said, back to my thought. We start Ramondre Stevenson because Mike Vrabel hates fantasy football managers in my eyes. So he's not going to let us have anything nice in Trevion Henderson. So Ramondre Stevenson is going to have a huge role, whether we like it or not. And Buffalo's defense gives up 6 yards a rush, 6 yards a carry on or sorry, 6 yards per carry to running back. So to me, I think both Henderson and Ramondre are going to eat this week. So do I start Seattle or the Texans? I mean, I have the Texans, so I'm kind of biased into the Texans. But how do you sit Seattle, right? Didn't they just get you like 30 points last week? And I don't know, man. Do you really believe that Phillip Rivers is going to come back and be the savior that we need him to be? Sit Trevion, Dowell, or Swift. Tucker, thank you, Trucker. Thank you so much for helping out, man. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Trevion, Dowell, or Swift. That is a tough one. Honestly, like I said, I just don't care for Carolina, so I would sit Rico Dowdle. To me, and also to me, Chuba Hubbard never lost his job as a starting running back. He just got injured, and then Rico Dowdle played really well, so he kind of just kept the the starting job, but he never actually won it, right? And so then what's his face Hubbard comes out and says that he made a mistake by coming back too early. So for me, Rico's listed as a starter, but for me, he's still the backup, right? So for me, in my head, that's the way that I comprehend things is that you're starting a backup running back in the first week of playoffs in the fantasy. So my head can't comprehend that. I don't understand that. Start Loveland, Likely, or Jawan. Jay Fun, thank you very much for the question. Likely or Goddard. See, I would start Likely over either of those guys, Goddard, Loveland, or Jawan Johnson, because I think that Likely has the highest ceiling. That's what I was saying. Like if he got credited for the touchdown, the second touchdown last week, then it probably wouldn't even be a question, right? So start Pittman, Wilson, or Jacobs if he's playing at flex. Damn, Josh Jacobs has been relegated to flex. Holy crap, man! Not for me. Shit. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Felt like something was burning. Burrow or May? Yeah, I'm with Trucker. We go Burrow, man. This is why we held them, right? Britt, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Kelsey or Ferguson, RJ or Mark. So I don't love RJ's matchup. I think I would go Woody Marks against Arizona over RJ. And Kelsey's the battle that I'm having in my head. Very much so. See, I don't know how we play Kelsey because he has been dookie, right? So Joe Burrow lights up Baltimore all the time. So as a Baltimore Ravens fan, I am all on board. Joe Burrow could have literally no receivers even on the field, all offensive linemen, and I would still choose Joe Burrow against Baltimore. So see, as bad as Kelsey's been, I think that I'm just looking for the competitor inside him to come out. So they showed a list of the top 20 tight end fantasy production after Kyle Pitts went off on Thursday, right? And two of those games were Travis Kelce against Los Angeles Chargers. So, I mean, I'm expecting him to show out in a game that they need to win, that is at home. In last week, I'm sure he kind of blames himself for losing that game, right? The drop pass turned interception. Man, I'm Jesus. You know what? Burrow beat the Ravens. I see the Ravens winning this time. I love you, Andy. You're my new favorite. I like that. Baltimore Ravens fan. I feel like the Ravens winning would be better for Burrow, right? Guys, thank you so much for the questions, man. You guys are wicked. Drop me in if I don't get to them, just send me a DM. I'll definitely answer them later tonight. Menangar, Pearsall, oh my God, Arthur, man, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel. I mean, I think Menangai's kind of earned it, but I think Pearsall. There's like four wide, or no, it's only the two, right? Jennings and Pearsall. You know what? I think Pearsall is probably the better play against Tennessee's defense. We just watched Shedeur Sanders light up Tennessee's defense, right? So, yeah, I'm with you, man. How do I think Derrick Henry will play? I don't know, man. I don't you know what? Honestly, I don't know why they're not playing him more. I don't know why they're not using him more. I don't know why he hasn't just force fed the ball and we freaking just get him going. Honestly, I like Isaiah Likely over almost anybody that I'm seeing. Ferguson, Juwan, Strange. I'm going Likely over all of them. I would go. You know what? I might go Mike Gesicki against Cincinnati, or sorry, against Baltimore with no T Higgins. Um, but yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, man. I don't know, man. I'm expecting a big bounce back game from Isaiah or from Travis Kelsey, and I'm kind of wishing it to be good, right? Wilson could be surprising. You know what? And I think that Wilson in PPR is probably still going to be useful just because like they have no Marvin Harrison and they have no Greg Dortch, which is now leaving Michael Wilson as like the only real healthy wide receiver. And him and McBride, I think in PPR will still be good. Ladder Rico. Oh my god, I don't want to do either of those. Adam, what's going on, man? Ghost for flex, Watson, Harvey, or Chuba. I mean, I don't really want any part of Carolina, and I might go Harvey over Watson for the flex. Gainwell or Rodriguez. I mean, I might do. Rodriguez kind of has the better matchup. I mean, or he's. See, I don't know. Gainwell or Rodriguez. Gainwell's still the backup, and Rodriguez is the starter now. So, I mean, I tend to lean towards the starter over the backup, right? And as good as Gainwell's been, and I think he'll have a good game. I don't know. My brain just can't wrap its head around that. Chase Brown over Quinshon Judkins because I think Chase Brown is better positioned to have a higher ceiling than Quinshon Judkins. Should I drop Tootin if I have CMC? Yes, I would drop Tootin for B Rob if you have CMC. I have CMC, and I drafted Brian Robinson super early, so I've had him wasting a roster spot on my team all year because there's no way my head could wrap it around that. So yeah, I would drop Tootin for B Rob. Guys, thank you so much for the questions. There's a bunch of you on here now. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me. If you just tuned in, I'll try and get to your questions. If you don't get them answered, definitely send me a DM. I'll answer them tonight. Juice Johnson, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Somebody has Bucky. Yeah, Bucky was Dookie. I like it. See that up there, right there, 8.1. That's Bucky right there. Dat Dude, thank you for the follow. Woody or Strange? I would go Woody. There's a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville. I think that Woody's better positioned to have a higher ceiling. Kincaid or Warren? Oh, that's a good one, man. Honestly, I think Warren might be the better pick. I just like Monday night games. You know what I mean? Jameson Williams, not your boy Toy Roy. I'm not your boy Toy. Boy Toy. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. Yes, I hope you know what I'm talking about there, man. And for that, I would do Jameson Williams. I'm actually expecting a really good game from that LA Detroit game. I think everybody's going to eat. I think it's going to be a wicked game. Check out my profile. I posted a video about that game. I think it's going to be wicked. Drake Mayer, Hurts. See, I'm hoping for a big bounce back game from Hurts. I have him, and I think I'm going to be yes. I think I'm going to be I'm hoping for a bounce back game. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to be starting him at home against a not very good Las Vegas defense, right? With a rookie quarterback. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I'm hoping for a big game from Jalen Hurts. That being said, I'm also expecting a really big game in New England against Buffalo. So I think Drake may have a higher ceiling, but I'm expecting a big game from Jalen Hurts. He also just had his worst game of his career, right? So Trucker, I agree with you 100%. Hey, no problem, man. I hope that helps, right? I hope it works out. No, I'm with you. Michael Wilson doesn't really have any sort of competition for targets. So in PPR, I can totally get behind doing Michael Wilson. As much as I don't like that matchup, I think he's still going to get a couple catches. He'll probably get 5, 6 catches. You know what I mean? 60, 70 yards, I could see. So, yeah. Trucker's the man. Hell yeah. Oh, come on, man. We're not going to bench Josh Jacobs, are we? Unless he's injured, which I don't think he's going to be injured. Wilson or Terry, Mason, thank you for the question. Thank you guys all for the questions. You guys are wicked. This is awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was just about to say that. You go Terry, man. He's got the better matchup. I kind of think it might be better for him that Mariota is the quarterback, so Sutton Moore or some waiver ad. I don't know if I want to do Sutton or Moore. Who's a waiver ad that we could do for the first week of playoffs, though? Holy mackinaw. See, I was kind of hoping that there would be some running back. Yeah, Terry going to chew up that defense. That Giants defense stinks. Addison or over Monty. Yup. Jettis Tet, Michael Wilson, pick 2. Oh, my God. Nate. Ugh, garbage. So I'm not going to tell you to bench Jettas. That's just me. And honestly, in PPR, yeah, totally gross, man. In PPR, I might go Michael Wilson over Tet. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I just can't get behind the Carolina offense. Trucker, I know you have Tet going, and so I hate to say that. Like, I hate to say this and even think it, but like, even a couple games ago where he got, what did he get? 1 catch for a 40-yard touchdown. Like, up until that game, he didn't have nothing. And like, what, 2 targets or something? 3 targets? So Brissett 2 on McCarthy or Bryce. 6 points per pass touchdown. I would go McCarthy. Brissett's matchup stinks. Tua's going to be in the cold. And I just finished saying how much I hate I hate Carolina's offense. So I would go JJ McCarthy. Also, he seems to have a newfound confidence, and he'll be in a dome, right? So there'd be no weather in Dallas. Dallas's defense has gotten a lot better. Don't get me wrong, I'm with you, but I think McCarthy. Hey, man, I appreciate you too, man. I hope that helps, right? I hope it works out. I think McCarthy, just throw the ball to Justin Jefferson, man. Like, stop frigging around over here. Just throw the ball to Justin Jefferson and make both of you look good. Like, come on. Henderson or Judkins, or play both and bench Rice. No, I would play Rice over Judkins. I think, yeah, Henderson and Rice. That sucks. Trust me, dude. I have my own problems too, man. Theo or Likely, I would do Likely. I'm playing Likely. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, John, but yeah, I definitely would do Likely. I think he's in for a good game. Sup, Sammy? Never playing Jettas again. J-Rod, and I believe you 100%. I honestly don't. I don't blame you at all. For me, I just stick with my dogs, right? Justin Jefferson was drafted as my dog. J.J. McCarthy's got it together. I don't want to have a Justin Jefferson day on my bench in the playoffs when I need it. So I'm a ride or die. Burlington today for kids basketball. No way. Damn, just around the corner. Eagles or Jags, D. I mean, I have the Jags. Imagine, J-Rod, imagine in August if I told you were going to play the 3rd string wide receiver from Arizona over Justin Jefferson in the first round of the fantasy playoffs. You would have laughed at me. Told me I'm crazy. Literally probably stopped watching my show because you'd be like, this guy is nuts. Yeah. No, I mean I understand it, but no, I'm not doing that. Starting Michael Wilson over Jettas, not a chance. Start benching my first round pick, and that's the one question: is Jonathan Taylor toast? I'm not going to tell you to bench him. I just see the facts as I see them, right? He's on the road against a very good Seattle defense with Phillip Rivers as his quarterback, who hasn't played in 5 years and is like 50 years old. Like, I don't know. This doesn't have like this. This is it's got disaster written all over it. Like, and don't get me wrong. Like, I would be on board with it 100% if they were playing like Tennessee's defense or like the Jets. You know what I mean? Or even Cincinnati. Like, I'd be all on board 100%. Hell yeah. But I don't think that on the road in Seattle. I don't know, man. Cody Stell, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Would you start Judkins, Chase Brown, or Wilson? Pick two. Is that Michael Wilson? Because my two are going to be Chase Brown and Justin Jefferson. Who should I start? Zay Flowers, Christian Watson, Stephon Diggs. So Stephon Diggs is in for the revenge game against Buffalo, and he always shows out. That being said, I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan that will tell you Zay Flowers is the answer. That being said, they looked really good last week, right? Him and Lamar, they looked good. So, I'm biased, and I'll tell you Baltimore all the time, but I don't hate Zay Flowers this week, especially against Cincinnati. Like, they're not good, man. And so I don't really know. That being said, there is supposed to be a lot of snow. There is supposed to be some snow in New England this weekend. So what I'm thinking is we do Stephon Diggs all the way up until we think that the snow might be too much for us, right? Because like if it's like it was last week in Buffalo, that's not snow. You know what I mean? That's a little bit here and there. And you've seen it. The guy still showed out. But if it's like heavy snow, then it might be a good idea to bench Stephon Diggs. And then in that case, I would go Cincinnati fifth against wide receivers. Oh, yeah, but we just watched Buffalo kill them. But you're not wrong. They are really good against wide receivers, and they stink against tight ends. So I'm actually excited for Andrews and Likely this week. So that's a good one. Yeah. No, I hear you. Is Pittman a definitive must sit with Rid? See, I wouldn't go so far as to say must sit, but I'm not starting them with any sort of confidence. Michael Wilson could very well get 15 targets, but I don't think that's going to happen because Houston's defense is awesome. I'm thinking like 6 catches for like 60, 70 yards maybe is kind of his ceiling, which is totally playable, right? So, or yeah, which is like that plays 6 catches, 60 yards, 12 points. That plays, right? Lamar or Dart, JK. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I picked Lamar. That being said, Dart kind of reminds me of like a younger Lamar. He doesn't really throw that much, but he runs all over the place. So I would go Gale. I would go Slayton over QJ. I don't like that matchup against Kansas City. Enrique, thank you for the follow. I also played Pitts, so I think I should go for upside. Nice. That's good. Good job playing Pitts. Hell yeah. That was a good one. The writing was kind of on the wall. Not really for like a blowout game like that, but for because he's had the first round pedigree for years and he's awesome, right? That Atlanta offense just doesn't use him. Like, I don't understand. They just like don't like using him for whatever reason. Likely or Warren PBR. I might do I might do Likely, but the Miss Slavin, the Monday night game kind of holds a little bit of weight for me. So yeah, I might do Likely. I think Likely's got the higher ceiling. I just like Monday night games, that's all. But you're talking to a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I couldn't imagine benching a Baltimore Raven hoping that a Pittsburgh Steeler does well. Oh my god. Oh my god. Should I worry about Josh Jacobs? I don't know. Why? Are we worried about Josh Jacobs? Why? What happened? Last I heard he felt great. Took Tuesday, Wednesday off, or Wednesday, Thursday. Returns to practice. Matt LaFleur said Jacobs is quote unquote feeling pretty good. So I don't know. Yeah, questionable, but I mean, I don't know. You should not worry about him, right? But played Bijan too, and Pitts canceled his game out. Oh, nice. You played Bijan. He played Pitts against Bijan. That's crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. It sounds to me, to use a fantasy football term, it sounds to me like he's on the optimistic side of questionable, whatever that means. But like, I don't know. Frig, what does the thing say? Denver holds running backs to 4 yards a carry, could cause a drop in production. I mean, 4 yards a carry is, we'll take that. That'll play. You know what I mean? Dropped Gadsden. Oh, you dropped Pitts. Oh man, how'd you drop Pitts though, man? Without Drake London, he's been the man. I get it though. He's never been anything good. Theo Johnson at flex or Khalil Shakir. I might go Theo. New England's half decent against wide receivers, and Josh Allen doesn't really care for him. With Jackson Dart being back, I think Theo's might have the higher upside. You're kind of hoping for a touchdown or two from Khalil Shakir. Theo's at least going to get the targets. And also, aren't you a New York Giants fan? Is that you being a New York Giants fan? Going to sit a New York Giant? Come on, man. In playoffs? I had no room for three tight ends and Pitts. Yep, that makes sense. Flex Ramondre. I'd flex Gale. Thank you for the question. I'd flex Ramondre over QJ. I just don't love that Kansas City matchup. And Buffalo gives up 6 yards a carry, right? So IDF, Herbo or Stroud. You mean Herbert? I might go I might go Stroud, man. Taking the bike down to Tampa. Trucker Opinions. Thank you very much for joining me. You're wicked. Have yourself a fantastic day. Good luck in your matchups. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for the questions, guys. You guys are wicked. If I don't get to your questions, send me a DM. I'll definitely message you later on tonight. Check it out. Texans or Eagles D? Oh man, everybody's asking that. Honestly, I'm going Texans, but I don't think you're wrong in doing either D. They're both playing rookie quarterback, right? So I'm going to Texans. Gio, thank you for the follow. Ramondre or Booty? I would probably do Ramondre over Booty. Buffalo's still half decent against wide receivers, so Andrew, yes, I'm joining me. I would do Likely over London. I think I should start Devontae Smith or Michael Wilson. Hey, Andrew, following Andrew, love it. Thank you for the follow. So I don't know, man. I don't love that matchup for Michael Wilson. That being said, in PPR, I could get behind starting Michael Wilson. I still think, like I said, my projection is kind of like 6 catches for 60 yards, give or take. So 12 points, that'll play. You know what I mean, as a flex position or whatever. That being said, I'm kind of expecting a huge bounce back game for Philadelphia, right, against a very bad um, Las Vegas defense. That being said, I have the Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith stack, and it has been nothing short of atrocious, and actually has been bothering me a lot. So I could get behind benching Devontae Smith just because I know what you're going through. Yep. No, I'm with you 100%. Yep. And I got AJ Brown in another league, so I kind of don't hate it. But yeah, no, I'm with you 100%. AJ Brown, and now Dallas Goddard's getting into it. It's like, holy man, come on. Gio, Odunze, or Walker at the flex. I don't really want Odunze. Cleveland's defense is for real, and I don't really know that I want any part of it. I might go Walker for the flex, especially against Tennessee, right? Watson or Judy for the flex. I might go Judy. You know what I mean? I don't love that matchup against Denver. And Shador seemed to have good enough rapport with Judy last week, so I think you could do worse, right? And I don't love that matchup, so all things being equal, I would go Judy just because of the matchup. Tevin, now there's a question. Do we bench Brock Bowers for Isaiah Likely? Holy Mackinaw. Damn, that's crazy. I don't know, man. I'm actually stumped. Las Vegas plays Philadelphia. You got to figure that a rookie quarterback's going to look to his tight end, the guy that's closest to him. Damn. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I would normally choose the Baltimore Ravens. And Likely is playing the worst defense in the league against the tight end position. So, and I'm with you, man. I feel like, and that's what I mean. So I'm kind of thinking that if Likely got credited with the touchdown last week that he didn't get, that second touchdown where he needed to have 3 feet, and for some reason he didn't have 3 feet down in the end zone, which for some reason you need it down in the end zone instead of just catch 2 feet in the end zone touchdown. I don't understand. I don't feel like it would even be a question, right? So yeah, I don't I think that Likely might be the answer to. I think we likely have an answer to our problems. Come on, you seen what I did there? Yes. Give me that. Tough crowd. Olave over Metcalf. Guys, thank you so much for all the questions, man. You guys are wicked. They're coming in fast and furious. So if I don't get to them, thank you, Tevin. Definitely send me a DM. I'll answer them tonight for sure. We'll get you going for your matchups. I do want to help you all, just not very many, just not enough time. Likely over Strange. I'm going Likely over almost anybody, right? That's my man right there. Nike athlete, Likely Andrews or Goddard. Mark Andrews, my dog. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. So I would go Mark Andrews more often than not. That being said, like I said, if Likely gets that second touchdown, I don't think it's a question. I think we're doing Likely over anybody at this point. Stafford or Allen. Wow. I'm not going to tell you to bench Josh Allen, but I will tell you that I think Matt Stafford has 4 or 5 touchdown passes this week. So I don't know. Likely over Strange, Vic, Gale, Kincaid, or Theo. I think Theo has the higher upside with Jackson Dart back. I think Theo might be the answer over Kincaid. Mo and Rodriguez or Kenneth Walker. I think Rodriguez has the easier matchup, the higher upside, so I might go that one. Kevin, Warren, Strange, or Gesicki, my QB, Burrow, no T. Higgins. Good Lord. So I don't love Brenton Strange. There's all of a sudden a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville. And so I love it for Trevor Lawrence. I picked up Trevor Lawrence, and I think I might start him. I don't know that we can count on any one receiver outside of Jacoby Myers. I think Jacoby Myers has kind of reached must-start territory. And so I would start him with confidence. But everybody else, And then I might consider Gesicki with Burrow as your quarterback. With no T. Higgins, we seen him ball out last week, right? Even with T. Higgins, and he was kind of in and out. So I think Gesicki might be the answer. That being said, starting running backs kind of hold a little bit of more weight to me and the Monday night matchup. So like I might choose Warren, but I think Gesicki might have the highest upside. Jaden, Waddle, or Wilson. I don't know that we can trust Waddle. I just don't know if we can trust Tua in the cold against Pittsburgh as much as JJ Watt's not going to be playing. Yeah, I just don't know, man. I think Wilson might be the play. As much as I don't love that Houston matchup either. Carter, Watson, Rodriguez, Brees Hall, Juwan Johnson. So no Juwan Johnson. I might go Chris Rodriguez. He probably has the highest upside. He's got the easiest matchup. Tevin, BTJ. I think BTJ might be the answer. I'm a big proponent. User starting CD. I'm a big proponent of starting your dogs when you need to and make them, be your dogs. And we don't sit your dogs when we need them to be, when we need must wins, right? So I'm starting BTJ. I'm starting CD Lamb. You know what I mean? Fazzy. I'm starting Travis Kelce. Kevin Warren, tight end from Indy. I don't know, man. Honestly, Philip Rivers actually made a career out of passing to his tight end, so I might consider Warren. That being said, that Seattle defense is really good, man. Tyler Warren, Strange, or Gesicki. Yeah, I might go Gesicki over Tyler Warren. I think he's got the higher upside. I do. Pick 2 quarterbacks: Jackson Dart, Dak, or Burrow. I think Dart and Burrow have the higher upside. As much as I do like the Sunday night matchups, right? They hold a little bit more weight to me because something to watch later in the night. But I think Dart and Burrow have the higher upsides. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. I really do. Like I hope it works out for all you guys. Thank you so much for the questions. You guys are wicked. Just fast and furious. Massey, I'm going Jalen Hurts over Brissett. Yeah, come on, man. Steven Grease, pick 2 flex spots, full PPR. Addison, Dowdle, Hall, Walker, McConkey. I might go Addison and Walker. I think they have the higher upside. Addison or Andre. I don't even know who Andre is, so I'm going Addison. In the playoffs? Come on, man. Should pick up Corum or Likely. I can tell you my starting running back and tight end. I would pick up Likely. I think if he catches that second touchdown last week, or if they give him credit for that second touchdown, it's not really a question. So I think Likely would be a better pickup than Corum. That being said, we've seen Corum do well with Kyron Williams. So if anything happens for Kyron Williams, Corum's kind of like a must start, right? Juvie, Kelsey are Likely. I have both on my team, and I'm going to be arguing with myself all the way up until game time. So I don't know. If I had to pick one right now, Likely's probably got the better matchup, so I would go him. But I'm kind of expecting Kelsey to have that dog in him come out, right? Be that competitor, that man inside of him. So I actually saw they put out a list of the top 20 tight end performances of the last however many years, and after Pitts' thing on Thursday, and 2 of those matchups are Travis Kelsey against LA Chargers. 2 times he's been in the top 20 of tight end points against the LA Chargers, right? In a game at home, must win, where he blames himself. I'm sure he blames himself for last week. That drop pass turned into an interception. Then they end up losing. Sometimes I look deeper than just the X's and O's, right? And the surface. And I look into I want to show me the heart that you've got left in you, right? Show me the dog inside of you, right? Come out and bark when we need you to in a must-win game. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, man. So I'm probably starting Travis Kelsey. I think I might move on to motivational speaking. I think that'll be my second career. Shelly, Jackson Dart, or Lamar. You're talking to a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, and I will admit it. So I'm doing Lamar all day. That being said, I really like Jackson Dart. He's got a good matchup against Washington. Kind of reminds me of a young Lamar, right? Just running all over the field, not really caring. So, I don't know. I could get behind both of them, but I'm doing Lamar. I'm biased. I'm sorry. Kurt, Bryce Neal, or Aaron Jones, PPR flex. I would go Aaron Jones. I think he's got the best matchup of those guys. And I think that he shows out when his team needs him to on Sunday night in the bright lights of Dallas, right? I like that. Chase Brown or Ashton Genty. Jaden, thank you for the question. I'd probably go Chase Brown. Chase Brown over Ashton Genty. Damn. We're benching Ashton Genty in the playoffs. I mean, I get it, but that's ballsy. Yeah, I would go Chase Brown. He's gonna do better against Cincinnati. Eagles versus the Jags. Man, everybody's got that choice. I don't even have that choice. So for me, I'm going the Jags D versus the Jets. I didn't have the option to pick up the Eagles versus the Raiders, but I don't think you can go wrong either way. I'm doing the Jags, so that's all I have to say about that. I don't think you can go wrong either way, though. Eli, Kincaid, or Andrews. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, and they're playing Cincinnati, who is the worst defense in the league against tight ends. So I might go Mark Andrews for that reason. But I'll also Mark Andrews, my dog, man. Come on. Leave on Steelers, Cowboys, or Browns defense this week. So I might go Steelers. Monday night, right? They're playing. It's going to be cold in Pittsburgh, and they're playing Miami. And Tua doesn't do well at all in the cold, so I think Steelers kind of have the highest upside this week. So mad, London's been out. Yeah, no kidding. He was my keeper actually in one of my keeper leagues. Goff or Darnold. Darnold has a good matchup. A Goff revenge game, maybe. Hey-oh. Honestly, my man, MCM, Backpack, Voldemort, love it. I made a video on my page. You can go and watch it about that LA Detroit matchup. I'm actually really excited for it. I think Jared Goff's going to show out. Both teams need a win, right? So I'm excited. Yes, I am. No, thank you, man. Thank you for the question. I appreciate you. Flowers or Pierce? I don't want any part of that Indianapolis offense. And I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, so I would do that. Burrow over Hurts. I'd probably do Burrow over Hurts. I mean, I'm expecting a huge bounce back game from Burrow, from Hurts, but Burrow always shows out against Baltimore. So, Fannin or Henderson. I'd probably go Henderson. Starting running backs still hold weight to me, so I would do that. Have Michael Wilson, but I always have Texans D. Should I pick up a different defense? You should definitely not pick up a different defense. If anything, I might try and get somebody else over Michael Wilson, but in full PPR, I could get behind Michael Wilson. I still think he's going to have 6 catches. My projection is like 6 catches, 60 yards, give or take, 12 points, right? If he throws in a touchdown, that's 18 points. That'll play. Mario, I love you, my man. I'm with you 100%. My thoughts on Justin Jefferson is exactly that. Justin Jefferson was drafted at worst a top 5 pick, right? Maybe, at worst top 8 pick. He was drafted to be your dog. He's drafted to be the cornerstone of your team. And for me, I don't sit those guys, right? I go down with that ship all day. So and last week, Justin Oliver or Joseph Oliver or somebody named Oliver, who I don't even who even is that guy, gets 2 touchdowns, right? So if those go to Jefferson like they're supposed to, or even if he gets one of them, right, 1 touchdown, we'd be like, yeah. I do expect a big bounce back game this week. I know that shit. Yeah, I know that JJ McCarthy looked a lot better last week, and he is in a dome this week, Sunday night, Bright Lights of Dallas. I know they've been better recently, but yeah, no, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for Justin Jefferson this week. Damn, Texas Tejano, thank you very much for the lives you sent. I appreciate you. You are wicked. Corazon, who's a good running back to pick up. You know what? Blake Corum's a good one. If anything happens to Kyron Williams, you've seen him. He's going to do well. Isaiah Davis might be a good one because Breece Hall is a little bit banged up. No, I do not think Phillip Rivers is going to win his first Super Bowl. Genty, Hampton, Rico, Kyron, Corum, pick 3. So I'm doing, you know what? I'm doing Genty, Hampton, Kyron. I'm not going to mess around with a backup or with Rico. No problem at all, man. I hope it works out for you. Corum or Neal rest of the season. I might. Neal's the starting running back until he's not, so I kind of lean towards starters. But if anything happens to Kyron Williams, you know that Corum's going to come in and do really well. So I think Corum might be the higher upside. That being said, like Devin Neal coming out of college is really touted. So Riley, I would go Purdy over Darnold. We just watched Shedeur Sanders rip up Tennessee's defense for 360 yards. So I'm excited. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I am seriously considering playing Purdy over Lamar. And I don't know if that means anything to you, but that definitely means something to me. Would I bench Jonathan Taylor if I had Etienne and Gibbs or still play him? Okay, so I will answer that with a thought process, right? I am not going to tell you to bench Jonathan Taylor because he was drafted as our dog. And I just said we play our dogs when we need them. So I'm not going to be the one to bench Jonathan Taylor. I'm just putting out that the fact that they're playing with a 65-year-old Phillip Rivers who hasn't played in 5 years on the road against a very good Seattle defense. Now, if there's anybody that can overcome it, it's Jonathan Taylor. So, there's that. But I don't. That being said, I'm playing against Jonathan Taylor, so I'm kind of trying to put it out there. You know what I mean? But as far as Etienne and Gibbs, like those guys are really good too. So I can get behind that. 65. I thought he was 77. Oh my God, Jesus. Yes, Mario, I love it. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. I actually don't ever disrespect Mahomes like that. How did we disrespect Mahomes or Donald? I think he meant Darnold, but if you read it as Donald Trump, that's funny. Also, Mahomes been dookie, and he has a really tough matchup, right? So, Ollie, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome with all these questions. I appreciate it. I know I can't get to them all, and I'm sorry for that. I do love you guys. I appreciate all of you. Send me a message, send me a DM, and I'll definitely get to you tonight. We'll figure this out. I 100% love you guys. I'm from Chiefs Kingdom. Mahomes is the GOAT. Yes, I love it. Love it. No, I'm with you, man. Mahomes is wicked too, but it's just the matchup, man. Darnold has a better matchup. Shawshank, I would do T-Law. No, I would do Purdy against Tennessee. Damn, I didn't even see Burrow there. What am I even looking at? As a fellow Baltimore Ravens fan, I know that Joe Burrow is going to kill us. So I think Purdy has the highest upside out of those. But I think I would choose Burrow. No, I'm doing Justin Jefferson, user 6247928223. I bet the new GTA the Chiefs would make the playoffs. I still believe. You know what? Honestly, I don't doubt it. And that's what I mean, Andy. That's why I'm looking for that dog inside Travis Kelce, him to show out when we need it, right? I'm excited for him. I really am. And I think I'm gonna end up playing him, hoping for the best, right? A-Rack Warrior, what's happening? I would just start Rashee Rice and George Pickens. They don't seem to love Judkins like we do. Shawshank McBride or Likely. Oh my God. That's finally somebody that I would start over Likely. But I think Likely has the higher upside. McBride is definitely a cheat code. And I think that in full PPR, I think McBride is probably still the answer. But I think, hey, man, Isaiah Likely's got a great matchup. And I'm fully behind benching Travis Kelce for Isaiah Likely. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know, man. I might go Kelce this week. I'm just looking for that dog inside him to come out. You know what I mean? Harbor area, you're talking to a biased you're biased. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I'm taking Lamar all day. That being said, I have a video on my page talking about that game in LA, and I'm fully expecting it to be a wicked game, super high scoring. I'm expecting Jared Goff to show out. I'm hoping for it at least. LA traded him and the rest of their future away for Matthew Stafford because they didn't think he was good enough. So show them why they're wrong. That's what I'm hoping for. Jaden Reed or Khalil Shakir. I think I would do Shakir over Jaden Reed. I don't love that Denver defense matchup. And if he's being shadowed by Patrick Surtain, then it's game over. Likely upside is McBride's floor. Yeah, no, and that's it. That Houston matchup is that's Shelly, Likely, or Theo Johnson. Damn. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I might go Likely over Theo Johnson. I think, see, that's the thing. Like, I think if Likely gets credited for that touchdown, that second touchdown last week, like he should have, and then he had a touchdown the week before, where he fumbled at the 1 yard line. So I think if he had those two touchdowns going for him, I don't think it's a question. I think it's Isaiah Likely over just about anybody at this point. Ferg, Waller, Likely. I'm going Likely. Virtuoso. Mark Andrews is my dog. Trust me. But I might go Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely over Strange. Bowers or Hunter Henry. Oh, damn. I think Hunter Henry has the higher upside, but I don't know how we sit Brock Bowers. If anything, I think Bowers might do well this game because the tight end position is the closest to the quarterback, and it's a rookie quarterback on the road in Philadelphia, right? So I think Bowers might have it. Traded away Pitts to my opponent. Luckily, benched him for Strange. Wow. Oh my God. Imagine how butthurt you would have been if you played him 45-0 down. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to just brain dump as much I can, right? You guys are awesome with all these questions. I know I have a lot to say. I'm sorry. I can't get to all of them. Definitely send me a DM and I'll get to your crying. I'll get to your crying. I'll get to your questions tonight. We'll sort this out definitely. Joe Money, AJ Brown over Michael Wilson. Come on. Duckman McLaurin over Michael Wilson. Come on. B-ball for life. Darter Hurts. Damn. I might go Dart. I think he might have the higher upside. Adam Ladder Rico. Oh. All things being equal, I think I might go Rico over Ladd. I don't love that Kansas City matchup, and they didn't really look right last week as much as they won. So I think I might go Rico. May over Stafford. So I have a video on my page if you want to check it out about that LA Detroit game. I'm actually expecting a huge game, right? And I think Matt Stafford throws 4 or 5 touchdown passes. That's the only thing I'll say about that. I do think that Buffalo New England game is going to be a high scoring game, and there's going to be a lot of points in that to had. I just think Matthew Stafford is going to throw 4 or 5 touchdown passes, and I don't know that I'd want that on my bench, regardless of who I have to play. Quentin Johnson out, but Rico's still to play. Is he out? Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for that. I didn't know that. That's wicked. But yeah, no, I don't know, man. Frig. Like they haven't really been what we want them to be. You know what I mean? Start Kyron or Jacoby. I mean, starting running backs kind of hold a lot of weight with me, so I normally lean towards the Kyron. But I think Jacoby Myers has earned must start territory. You know what I mean? So I might try and find a way to start both. But if I had to choose, I'd probably use Jacoby Myers, especially in full PPR. Start Kyron Williams. I mean, why not? He's drafted as one of your top guys to lead your team. Amir, thank you for the follow. Yankees. Oh my God. No Yankees. Blue Jays, no Yankees. No Yankees. I love you. You're amazing. I would go Juwan Johnson, right? I would go over Michael Wilson. I think that he's in a better position. He's got a better matchup, and Brock Purdy's been looking for him. So why did Sam Darnold projection just drop? I have no idea. The Darnoldian. You know what? It could just be because oh my God, projected 10 points. Jesus. It could be because they're expecting Indianapolis to just suck. And so they're expecting them to get a few touchdowns right away, and then just have to run and then just be running all day. Brian, thank you very much for all of the love. I appreciate you. You're wicked. Or is it because of the rain? Oh, is it going to be raining now? I did not know that. Thank you, Amir, our weatherman, being awesome, telling us that what the weather is going to be. I love it. You know what? It very well could be because of the rain then. And if it's going to be raining, I don't love quarterbacks or wide receivers in the rain. Kind of might make Justin Jefferson or Jonathan Taylor a little bit better, but should I go Rodgers? I might go Rodgers, yeah. Kyron is very really good. Yeah, Corbin. Yeah, no, I know, but Williams is still the starting running back, right? And starting running backs hold weight to me all the time. So, I mean, who are we starting that we're benching Kyron Williams, right? I know that he's been dookie, but I'm expecting a big game. And like also Devontae's there stealing all the goal lines. So actually, you know what? This is why I like talking to myself. This is why I like talking to you guys too. You guys are wicked. Thank you so much for the questions, guys. You guys are awesome. If I don't get to them, definitely send me a DM. I'll get to your questions tonight. We'll figure this out. I can't get to all of them. There's so many. You guys are wicked. Flex Kincaid or Jacoby Myers. I think Jacoby Myers has reached must-start territory, so I think you can start him with confidence going forward. Jack, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Oh my God, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson, or AJ Brown. What? Aren't those your top 3 receivers? I don't know even know. Okay. I was like, wait, what? We're starting one out of those guys? So start 3. I'm gonna do Michael Wilson's the odd man out. I mean, the top 3 were drafted as your top 3, so yeah, we just go there. Just I go Sanders or Rodgers if Darnold the weather gets better. So I might go Darnold if the weather gets better, but I don't know, man. Maybe the answer to all our problems, all our quarterback problems all along, was Shedeur Sanders. Put another way, a third string quarterback from the Cleveland Browns, right? So he's looked good, man. Like, and he's got weapons ish around him, so. Tanner, honestly, I don't want any part of that Carolina offense. That's just me. I'm biased against Carolina. I don't care for them. I don't care for Bryce Young's 488 yards. I don't care for Rico Dowdle being the savior earlier in the season. I don't care for any of that. I might start Chuba in the right matchup, but other than that, like I said, Jacoby's must-start territory, right? Chris, I think out of Hunter, Likely, and Kincaid, Likely's got the highest upside. Jay Hucks, Dart, or Purdy. I think Dart's probably got the higher floor. But we just watched Shedeur Sanders go nuts on that Tennessee defense for 360 yards. So I think the answer might be Brock Purdy. And then, like, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I'm fully considering benching Lamar for Brock Purdy. I don't know if that means anything to you, but that means a lot to me. So would you bench Walker for Neal or Corum? No, I would not. We starting Likely, Warren, or Theo Johnson this week? Honestly, I think Ken, thank you for the question. I think Likely's got the highest upside out of all of those guys. Dr. Mitri, Lions or Rams? I think the Rams win it, but I think the Lions cover. Like, give me Lions plus whatever points they want to give me. That's what I'm thinking. And Vegas has the total set at 55.5. Jesus. I'll still take the over. What do you think? I think that's game of the week right there for sure. Reichert on Dallas, Pinheiro at home versus Tennessee. Yeah, I might lean towards Pinheiro at Tennessee. Hope that San Francisco gets up by a lot and then has to use their kicker more. I think game flow might determine who's going to have a better night, and I think it might lean Pinheiro. Hampton, Pittman, or Christian Watson, pick one. I think I'd have to pick Hampton. As much as I don't love any of their matchups, Hampton's still the starting running back, right? So Packers, Chargers, Rams, Jags, Cowboys defense. I have the Jags. I think the Jags might be the best out of I think the Jags have the highest upside out of all those defenses. Joshua, thank you for the question. I appreciate you. Jayhawk, Sutton, Watson, Harvey. I'd probably go Harvey. Starting running backs hold a little bit more weight to me, and they've been using him a lot. I don't love the matchups for Sutton and Watson. Michael Wilson, Devin Neal. Like I said, starting running back kind of holds a little bit more weight. In full PPR, I could get behind Michael Wilson maybe. I'm projecting like 6 catches for 60 yards, right? 12 points. That'll play. if he throws in a touchdown by any chance and gets 18, damn, that'll play. So I think Michael Wilson might be better, but I do tend to hold starting running backs to a little bit higher standard. Now, my man said it's gonna be raining in Seattle, so that's gonna be something. This guy benching Jonathan Taylor by any chance? Damn it. He did bench that one right there, 10.4s. That's a Mecca Ibuka. And he started Mecca over Mike Evans. Honestly, I would have done the same thing. Suhaib, you're talking to a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I would do Lamar over Hurts. Do you think I could start both Panthers running backs? Hello Kitty, thank you for the question. Honestly, I don't care for either Panthers running back. So I don't think you can start either of them. I definitely wouldn't be looking to start both. I might choose Chuba over Rico if I had to, just because he was the starter in the beginning of the year, but I don't care for either of them. Pick two, Lad, Terry, Javante, Tet, Marks. So I would go with Terry and Javante. I think they've got the highest upside. Robert Jefferson is never being benched on this channel. So if you are looking for a real answer with thought behind it, you have to go somewhere else because I'm never benching Justin Jefferson. I don't care for who. Kelsey or Theo Johnson, Danny Dogs, man. So Danny Dogs, your name has dogs in it, and what I've been preaching is I'm looking for that dog to come out in Travis Kelsey. They put up a thing where it was the top 20 tight end production in the last whatever years after Kyle Pitts' game on Thursday, and two of those top 20 all-time points was Travis Kelsey against the Los Angeles Chargers. So I'm expecting that dog to come out in him at home when they need a win, divisional rival. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it, like for real. So I don't know, man. Honestly, after all that, I don't know. To be honest, I think I might just lean towards Kelsey. Randilla, I would go Goddard over Jawan. Jawan's kind of fallen off a cliff lately. Nobody really knows why. Joshua, I think likely has the highest flex or the highest upside of that group. Brees and Jay Higgins. Excuse me, Shaheed or Pearsall this week. I don't think we can start Shaheed. He had a punt return touchdown last week. If your league counts return yards, I'd go Shaheed. But any other time, I would start Pearsall. Reese, Tat, Wandale, or Henderson. Let's go Henderson. Buffalo's defense gives up 6 yards of carry. Let's get all of that. Chase, Sutton, Debo, or Brees. I think Debo has the highest upside. I love Debo this week. Debo and Terry, I love them this week. Against the Giants defense, they stink. Justin, Christian, Shakir, or Chuba at the flex. I mean, I think that the Shakir has the highest upside probably. I don't love Christian Watson, and I don't care for Carolina's offense. So I flex Theo or Metcalf. I like Theo this week against Washington. Jackson Dart really likes him, but I think DK might be the flex option there. Monday night games kind of have a certain allure to me, and it's going to be in Pittsburgh. So Ryan, yeah, I don't want Jalen Waddle against Pittsburgh. I'm expecting Tua to have a really tough game, and then by default, Jalen Waddle to have a tough game. So I would do Michael Wilson versus Houston, especially in PPR. That's like I was saying. Like I'm projecting like 6 catches, 60 yards. Right, that's 12 points. That'll play, and then if he gets a touchdown, 18 points. Oh, we're laughing, right? We're laughing. So flex James Cooks or what? Oliver? No, we're playing James Cook and AJ Brown. Bench somebody else. Nolan, I would choose Slayton over Corum. I think he's got the higher upside. Sam, biased Baltimore Ravens fan here, so I'm doing Lamar. But I like Dart. You know what I mean? Dart kind of reminds me of a young Lamar. You know what I mean? Just running all over the place. Luke, likely over Gadsden, definitely. Playoff bound, Burrow over Dak. I would do Burrow over Dak because Burrow tends to show out against Baltimore, and I don't know why, but I think he's gonna have a better game. That being said, Sunday night game has a certain allure to it, right? At home, under the lights, you know what I mean? So Michael Wilson or Kyron. I might do Kyron over Michael Wilson. I think he might have higher upside. Pick 2, Mahomes, Burrow, Darnold. So, Max, good question. I like that. Right off the bat, I would tell you Burrow and Darnold are your options. But I had a guy earlier tell me that there might be heavy rain in Seattle. So if there is heavy rain in Seattle, I don't want any part of Sam Darnold. So I might choose Mahomes and Burrow. So to answer your question, I'm choosing Burrow and Darnold, Max, all the way up until game time. If we find out that the weather isn't what we want it to do, then I'm switching Darnold to Patrick Mahomes. I hope that helps. Couldn't tell if I was serious, and I can't even tell. Max, no problem at all, man. I hope that helps, right? I hope it works out. Yeah, my man told me about weather happening, so hey, I'm all for that. Thank you for the weather updates. I appreciate all of you guys. That's the same thing in New England. Somebody said there might be snow this weekend. Little bit of snow like last week in Buffalo. No, not a problem. But a lot of snow. Yeesh. I might lean away from Amir. That's my man. Love it. Asking about Sanders. Yes. So that's what I mean. I don't really know if I'm serious about Sanders either. You know what I mean? I don't know. He's been playing really well, like really, really well the last few games. And I don't know, man. Maybe, and that's the thing. Like, maybe the answer to all our quarterback problems has been Shador Sanders all along. And we just missed that. I don't know, man. I might consider him over old man Rodgers. I don't like Aaron Rodgers, man. He stinks. Reese, we're going Henderson over Wandale and Tet. I think he's got the highest upside. Luke, Caleb Williams, or Bryce Young. Honestly, I don't want either of them. Can you pick up Trevor Lawrence? Can you pick up Shador Sanders? I would go Shador Sanders over Caleb and Bryce Young this week. Hell yeah. If I had to choose, though, I'd probably do Bryce Young. I'm not happy about it. No way. Lewis, I'd probably start Likely over Warren. I think he's got the higher upside. Hurts or Purdy. I think Purdy might have a higher upside, but I'm kind of hoping for a huge bounce back game from Jalen Hurts this week. I think that he does it against a not very good Las Vegas defense, right? I think that's I think that's a good look on that one. Guys, thank you so much for the questions. You guys are wicked though, for real. Like I haven't gotten to them all because there's so many. But if I don't get to them, definitely send me a DM. I'll answer them tonight. We'll get this rocking. Josh, I think Likely has the highest upside over Rodriguez and Pearsall. Reese, don't do Dowdle. I don't want any part of the Carolina offense. I would do Genty, especially in full PPR, right? Christoph, one wide receiver, one running back, one flex. Okay, so yeah, I'm with you. I do want to start Josh Jacobs though. And I'm putting ETN in the flex, and I'm going to do Devontae Smith in wide receiver 1. We're going to bench McMillan and Wilson. I think that might be the way to go. Have Lamar but picked off Herbert. Okay, no, I don't. I'm all for benching Lamar this week, and I have Brock Purdy, and I'm legit thinking about it. But that being said, I don't want to play Herbert over Lamar. Jasmine, only supposed to snow from 11 p.m. till 12 p.m. tomorrow at Foxborough and Massachusetts. Only 1 inch. Jazzin, yes, thank you for the weather update. I love that. Okay, so if there's not supposed to be that much snow, if it's just going to be like it was, Rick, no problem, man. I appreciate the question. I appreciate you. If it's just going to be like it was in Buffalo last week, that's not even bad snow. Like I'm thinking like snow, you know what I mean? Like fuck, a foot and a half or something. Excuse my language. I get excited. But yeah, no, what, sitting Josh Allen? Anxious Yoshi, stop being so anxious. I'm about an hour from Foxborough. Yes, I love it. Jazz in music, like jazz music too. That's awesome. Damn, thank you so much for that. That's wicked. My first round is seriously going to come down to Sanders. I'll probably buy a jersey if I win. Honestly, dude, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. My first round is going to come down to 3 Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday night. Zachary, I would go Woody over Genty. I think he's got the higher upside. Armand, same thing. Woody over Hunt. I think he's got the higher upside. Reese, biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I would do Lamar over May. That being said, Jazzin, he's an hour from Foxborough. He's gonna not like that one. Starting Drake May over Lamar. And there's not supposed to be a lot of weather in New England, so I think Drake May has a really high upside. Is that actually Tom Brady? Jazz and Maverick would tell us. Trying to start a jazz channel? Nice. Definitely. Go follow my man, Jazz and Maverick. Let's get him live doing jazz music. Oh, that's amazing. I love jazz music. Oh, all day. Thank God Flex, Wandale, or Genty. Honestly, I think Wandale might have a higher upside. I'm actually a Giants fan. Was born in Brooklyn, 1977. Damn. 1988 right here. We old. One last time, you really think I should go Sanders over Rodgers and Darnold? Honestly, I don't think so. But I think it might be. I think sometimes you got to roll the dice, man. I don't know that I love Aaron Rodgers, and Sam Darnold might have to deal with a lot of rain, right? So Chicago's got a banged up defense, and they're not very good against the pass. And Jordan Love just threw 3 touchdowns against them. So I actually don't think that I don't think it's a terrible idea, honestly. Also, guys, thank you so much for all the questions. You guys are wicked. Definitely send me a DM if I don't get to all your questions. You guys are wicked, man. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Let's do it. Hell yeah. Let's do it, Sanders time. Honestly, dude, and I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. So, like, trust me when I say it's so it's so hard for me to pick Sanders. Should have hundreds of viewers? No way, man. I appreciate you, Andy. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot, for real, dude. My opponent started Cousin and Pitts, 89 points. F off, he started Cousins and Pitts. Get the hell out of here. Now, to be fair, Cousins actually has done really well against Tampa Bay recently, so that's not actually a bad thing. But F off, man. Oh, that's man, no way. That sucks. For real. User, I would go Genty over Rico. I don't care so much for Carolina's offense. I was a 67% favorite, now a 43% dog. Yeah, damn it. That sucks. I mean, anything's possible, but yeah, no, it Giovanni, Lamar Jackson, or Jackson Dart. David, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. So I would go, I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I would go Lamar Jackson. That being said, I think Jackson Dart has high upside. He kind of reminds me of a young Lamar, just running all over the place. I think Jackson's got the higher floor, and I think Lamar has the higher ceiling, if that makes sense. So I'm biased. I would go Lamar, but I can totally get behind Jackson Dart. Hey man, send the roster if I can get it. Hell yeah. Darnold or Mahomes? I would go Darnold. See, I would. Okay, so Sarah, thank you very much for the question. So I would go Darnold over Mahomes because I don't love that LA matchup for Mahomes. But Amir told us earlier that there's supposed to be heavy weather in Seattle. So if we find out that it's heavy rain in Seattle, then I don't want to start Sam Darnold. And when is that game? Is that game being played 4 o'clock? Come on, scroll. Seattle. Ah, it's a 4 o'clock game. Fuck. Damn it. Because yeah, if there's big rain in Seattle, I don't want to start Sam Darnold. I would rather just roll the dice with Mahomes. He's all right still, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, no, I think Darnold is the answer unless there's a lot of rain. Likely over everyone. No problem at all. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. I really do. Good luck. Yes. User Mariota over Brissett all day. I don't want Brissett. Jazzin, Hurts or Dart at QB. I think Dart's got the higher floor. I might go Dart actually this week. I don't like I have Jalen Hurts and I don't love him like at all. Barkley, Judkins, Warren, and Dowdle pick RB1, RB2. I think you have to go Barkley and Warren. I don't think they like Judkins the way that we do. Bears defense or Broncos. I don't know, man. I might go the Broncos defense. I think they have a higher upside. Razor, thank you for the question. David, Purdy or Stroud? I actually don't care for CJ Stroud at all. And we just watched Sanders light up Tennessee's defense for 360 yards. So I'm actually super excited for Brock Purdy. Rice, Collins, Waddle, Olave. I would probably sit Waddle out of those four. Sorry, I don't. I think Tua is going to have a tough game, and then Kincaid over Strange. I think that Strange. There's all of a sudden a lot of mouths to feed in Jacksonville, right? Which is great for Trevor Lawrence, but not so good for the receiving core. So I might go Kincaid over Strange. Patsman, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Isaiah Likely over Jawan Johnson. Yeah, he's got the higher upside. Would you do Herbert, Burrow, or Purdy? I might do Burrow over Hurts. I think he's got a higher upside. I think, we just watched Shador Sanders go for 360 yards against Tennessee, right? So I think you have to kind of be frothing at the mouth to start Brock Purdy. Not Herbert, though. Definitely not. I think I might go Purdy over Burrow. That being said, I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, right? So I'm fully expecting Joe Burrow to have like the game of his life. No problem at all, man. I hope it works out for you. Really do. Start Pittman, Michael Wilson, Jennings at the flex. Jennings probably has the highest upside. Rana, Smart Zach, yes, so smart, love it. Menengai, Tracy, or Rodriguez. I think Rodriguez has the highest upside. It's the worst matchup. Flex. Oh, two flex. I hate two flex leagues, man. Waddle, Olave, Judd. So I might do Olave and Judkins out of that. Hampton, K9. I think K9's got the most upside. Rohan. My kicker is Miles and Houston defense. Nice. Love it. That's a good team, man. That's like a really good team. Me, Sia, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I think Likely has the highest upside out of all of those guys. That's the thing. Like, Mark Andrews is my dog, but I think Isaiah Likely, if he gets credited for that second touchdown last week, no problem at all, man. I'm going to send you a follow, definitely. Actually, can I do it while you're on here? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There you go. Sent you a follow. Hopefully it works out for you, my man. I appreciate you. So if Isaiah Likely gets credited for that second touchdown last week, and then the week before he had a touchdown that he fumbled at the 1, right? I don't think it's much of a question. I think it's Isaiah Likely over anybody really at this point. Where do I go? Come on, man. Guys, thank you so much for the comments. You guys are wicked, man. I appreciate you. Whoa, that's a big one. Sorry. Yeah, if I don't get to your questions, definitely send me a DM. I'll get it. I'll get to them tonight. You guys are wicked. Thank you so much. James, I think oh, I only did 10. Damn. Jazz and Maverick. Yeah, I think likely might have the higher upside than Andrews. I don't know, man. Mark Andrews is my dog, right? So like he's awesome. Damn, Jazz and Maverick, you're wicked. Warren, Kincaid, Waller, Strange, Gesicki. I think Gesicki might have the highest upside. Will go Goff over Mahomes. I don't love Mahomes matchup. Also, I think Goff. I have a video on my page about that matchup, and I think Goff's gonna have a really big game. Should I start Allen or Purdy? Zach, I'm not gonna tell you to bench Josh Allen. No way. Mediocre at best. I love it. Yes, that's amazing. Matt Stafford or Joe Burrow. I think Joe Burrow is probably the answer. Me being a Baltimore Ravens fan, but Matt Stafford, I'm fully expecting to have 4 or 5 touchdown passes. So I think that's the answer. I also did a video on my page if you guys want to check it out about that LA Detroit game. I think it's gonna be a wicked game. AJ Brown or CD Lamb? No, we're starting both. What are you talking about? Who are we? What? Who are we starting that we're benching CD Lamb? Come on, man. Chiefs, Chargers, Saints, or Carolina? I mean, I might go the Chiefs. They're at home. That's a wicked. I think they have the highest upside. McMillan or Myers, Mason, Jacoby Myers has reached must start territory. I think I'm starting him all day, especially over McConkey, especially over McKillen. Big Dave, I think Jackson Dart might be the answer over Hurts. I think that's the way to go. Thank you so much for helping me get to my goals. You are wicked, all of you. Yeah, definitely. If I don't get to your questions, send me a DM. I would definitely answer them there. Sam, Chase Brown over Michael Wilson, definitely. Jeremy, Ramondre at the flex. Emmett, Jettas or Henderson in the flex. What's the safer? Oh, yeah. So I'm not going to tell you to bench Justin Jefferson. For me, Jefferson's my dog. I'm excited to play him anytime he takes the field. I don't understand why. I don't really have an answer. I'm not going to be the one to tell you to bench Justin Jefferson and then Justin Jefferson have a Justin Jefferson game on your bench when you need it. So that won't be me. That being said, I do like Henderson this week playing a Buffalo defense that gives up 6 yards of carry, right? Sarah, I might go Menengai over Bam Knight at the flex. I just don't love that Houston matchup. No problem at all, man. I hope that helps. I hope it works out. Nick, I might go Dart over Dak. I think he has a higher upside. But I do like Dak Sunday night, right? It's got a certain appeal to it. Gravedigger, do Terry over Michael Wilson, Devin Neal. I think he's got the highest upside. Manes, AJ, CD, or Jonathan Taylor. Oh my god. I don't know how you're benching any of those in the first round of playoffs. That's crazy. You got some big cojones. I will say that. That being said, I don't love Jonathan Taylor this week. I think he's got a really tough matchup, and I think that he's on the road against a very good Seattle defense. Yeah, I don't love him this week. If I had to choose, I'd probably bench Jonathan Taylor, but I don't really want to. But I don't really know how you play him. Winging it. No, I don't really want any part of Corum or Dowdle with my season on the line. I mean, I would do Olave. That's the only one out of all those guys I really have any confidence in. Lost London anti Higgins? Nah, man, damn it. Reed Slayton or Keenan Allen. I think Slayton has the highest upside. They've got the best matchup, right? So I think I would lean towards them. Trevor, I think Dart's got the higher upside than Burrow, but I'm fully expecting Burrow to have a wicked game this week. Big Mac, flex. I might flex McLaurin over Judkins and Harvey. I think they've got he's got the highest upside in that matchup. No problem at all, man. I hope it works out for you. I really do. Olave or Zay. Sorry, girl. I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan, so I picked Zay Flowers. Also, they looked really good last week, him and Lamar, so I like that one. Trevor, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Alex. So, buddy, I would do Henderson over Warren at the flex. Alex, Dak or Stafford. So, for me, I've got a video on my page if you want to check it out about how I think that LA and Detroit game is going to go. But I honestly think that Stafford's going to throw 4 or 5 touchdown passes in this game. So, for me, if you think that you can handle watching Matthew Stafford get 40 points on your bench, hoping that Dak can replicate that production on Sunday night, that's good on you. But for me, I would probably play Stafford knowing full well he's going to have a wicked game. And I don't think that Dak can get that much more than Stafford to make me want to bench Matthew Stafford and have to look at how many points he got on my bench. Bears D, maybe. I don't know. Is Shador a thing, right? He's looked pretty good. You know what I mean? Lamar, Purdy, or Goff. Butler, damn, that's intense. I don't know. I think I'm a biased Baltimore Ravens fan. I'd pick Lamar, but I think Goff has a chance to have the best game there. RY, I think Slayton's got higher upside than Reed. I think cold weather will affect the Bengals Ravens game. No, I don't. I think they play in cold weather anyways. I think it's going to go off the hook. I'm excited for that game. I don't really know what happened last time. Cincinnati and Baltimore played. I can't explain it at all. So I'm actually fully expecting a bounce back game. We just watched Buffalo wreck Cincinnati's defense, right? So I'm excited for both Andrews and Likely in that game, right? And Zay Flowers. So yeah, I'm excited. Cecil, Andrews over Warren over tight end. I think that's the higher upside in that one. Zernix flexing. I'm flexing AJ Brown over Judkins. I think I think AJ Brown is the play. I really value Quinshon Judkins, like the way that we used to value Nick Chubb. You know what I mean? Like perennial first round draft pick, argument for number 1 overall. So I think he's really good and he's going to be really good, but I don't think they like him the way that we want them to like him. Diggs or Genty. I like the revenge game in Buffalo for Stephon Diggs. I think he might have the higher upside. Dylan, Stafford, Burrow, or Dart. I think Stafford's probably the safest play there. I think he's going to have a huge game. Chris, Hendo over Micah Wilson, definitely. No, Stafford over Mahomes, man. Go to my profile, watch my video. I'm all about that Detroit-LA game this week. I'm starting everybody with confidence. That being said, I don't love Mahomes' matchup against the Chargers, right? Their defense is for real, and it's going to be cold in Kansas City, and I think that as much as I think they win, I don't think he's going to have to do a lot, and or I don't think he's going to do a lot, and yeah, I don't know that I love Mahomes this week. And Stafford, like I said, I'm expecting 4 or 5 touchdown passes for real. Aloha, Brett. Hope you are doing well. I think Wandale might have a higher upside if we're talking full PPR, but in standard, I might do Rice. I don't love that matchup. Hassan, start Darnold or Shador. I don't know, man. Maybe Shador is for real. Amir said to us earlier that there's supposed to be a lot of rain in Seattle this weekend. So if we find out that there's a lot of rain, I don't want to start Sam Darnold. I would go Shador, and he's looked good, man. Like he's not looked bad, and who'd have thought, man? The answer to all our quarterback problems was Shador Sanders, aka the third string quarterback from Cleveland. So Dowdle or Judkins. That being said, I would go Judkins. I don't care for Rico Dowdle and the Carolina offense. I don't want any part of it. No, thank you. Burrow or Stafford. So I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan. I'm fully expecting Burrow to have a really good game. That being said, I'm expecting Stafford to have 4 or 5 touchdown passes and upwards of 40 fantasy points. So I think Stafford's the better play there. I would go Brees Hall over Rico Dowdle. No, thank you, Carolina. Warren or Jawan Johnson? Is it Jawan Johnson at tight end? Because I might consider Warren in that aspect. I think Phillip Rivers. I don't think he's going to do well, but I think he's going to. He did make a career out of passing the tight end. So Jonathan Taylor, anytime touchdown on the road in Seattle. I don't know, man. I like it. I'll probably pay good money. Or Theo Johnson. No, okay. In that aspect, no. I would do Theo Johnson. Jackson Dart's back. He loves him. They got a good rapport. Washington's not a very good defense. So, do I start Mechie, Alec Peace, or Keelan Allen? Good Lord. Neither. I might do Keenan Allen. He might have the safest floor. Jonathan, you got me stumped right there, man. I hope it works out for you either way, but I'm not excited about any of those. I might do Keenan Allen though. He should have the safest floor. No Quentin Johnson this week. Jacob Pickett or Rivers 2 quarterback lead. Oh my God. So I might do Kenny Pickett revenge game against Philadelphia, right? Maybe it holds some weight to it, but I don't know that I want any part of Phillip Rivers going into Seattle against a very good Seattle defense. He's 76 years old, hasn't played in 5 years, so yeah, I don't know, man. Loveland or Evan Engram. I think Loveland might be the answer. He seems to have developed a good rapport. He might have the higher upside. Jordan, do Jake Ferguson, Sunday Night Football. Give yourself something to watch. Rodriguez or Tracy Jr. I'd probably do Tracy Jr., all things being equal. I think the Giants' defense is worse than Washington's. Alrighty, guys. I got to get out of here, though. Thank you so much for joining me, man. You guys are awesome. Definitely send me your questions in DM if I didn't get to them. I will definitely get to them tonight. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Jordan, I would go ETN over Jacoby Myers. Starting running back kind of still holds more weight to me. As much as I could get behind Jacoby Myers, he's almost reached must-start territory for me. And so, yeah, thank you guys. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Subscribe if you haven't. Share this with your friends or anyone you think might find this type of stuff valuable. Maybe get some enjoyment out of it. Bryce, go Aaron Jones over Tyrone Tracy. I think he's got the higher upside, plus Sunday night, right? Thank you guys very much for joining me. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Send me your questions in a DM, and I look very forward to seeing you again. Good luck in your matchups, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I love you guys.